Y'all, let's get into this basketball wives news that we got going on. Okay. Now, we've been waiting on this new season to begin for quite some time. And I feel in my spirits as though, they've been filming for about a year. Okay. It's been a while, it's been a long time. And, typically we don't have to wait too long for a new season of Basketball Wives to begin. So I just happened to be doing a little scrollerization through my pages, and my good boo over at the BBWT Inc. had then posted some shots of some of the ladies doing some filming. Okay, so as you guys can see here, you got Brandi Maxio and Brooke Bailey, and it says my babes, Brooke Bailey Inc. back at it. Okay. So I'm like, oh, y'all. Now I could have swore I had seen some posts out there indicating that y'all had finished the filming, but it looks like they're back to filming again. All right. Okay. That's what it felt like, Mel J. So here we go. If you lean in, okay, and you look a little closer, you'll see what I pulled up on the screen here. Because there was a commenter who said, in my mind, the season canceled at this point, with the laughing emojis. And so then the BBWT Inc. responded, says 3 different teams of producers brought in. So like a revolving door, that's why the season is behind. They fired the original producers and got newbies and don't know much about the cast, etc. Side note, my boo at the BBWT Inc. also has a YouTube page. So go ahead and follow if y'all ain't already done so, because I've been saying, get your butt on that good YouTube for a minute now. Okay. And y'all know we're going to support over here. But that's interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. Now, is it surprising to me that they got a new team of producers in? No, it's not surprising at all, because whoever let them get away with last season's shenanigans, something need to be done about them. Because last season was an epic fail of a season, if you ask me. I know it was supposed to be meant to wrap up several people's, storylines and pave the way for some exits. But to me, it was just, especially with the revelations that we was getting online from OG, it was just piss poor editing. I hate to say it. Sorry, not sorry, but we got to call it like we see it. So it's not surprising to me that they would have in, a whole bunch of different editors and things like and production crews coming in to try to figure out what's going to make things work. But you do need someone who is running the show that has an idea of what this franchise is going to look like, even as it moves forward. Okay. T-Ness, thank you so much for the super chat. T-Ness says, hey, Richie, houseway. I hope these ladies know how to act mature. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay. So we got that bit of information going on, and I hate to see it because, oftentimes, we'll see shows get a new production company after maybe a season isn't received too well. And usually that production company is able to kind of come in and clear things up and get things back on the right track. But this is kind of concerning to me because, ultimately we've heard a lot about the drama that's been going on behind the scenes. And if you haven't, we're going to tell you right now. Okay. Now, if you guys, again, head on over to the BBWT Inc., you'll also see, Malaysia and Jackie hanging out at the club or wherever they were last night. Not last night, but about a day ago or 2 days ago or something like that. So you got this group right here. From what we understand, a lot of the ladies are not really feeling Malaysia, especially the ones that have come back in this season. As you guys did see, Brooke Bailey was hanging out with Brandi Maxio. And then we had also heard that there was the altercation with with Malaysia and Brooke Bailey. But that's not the only altercation that Brooke Bailey was allegedly involved in. So then when you take things a step further, because, I'm always scouring the interwebs, okay? You head on over to Jay's reality blog on the Twitter, right? And this information was also gotten from the BBWT Inc. regarding the Basketball Wives season 10. And it says here that these are the alleged battles that we have to sort of wait to see on this coming season. We got Brooke versus Nia, okay? We got Brooke versus Naria. So Brooke is apparently going to get into it with the two sisters. We got Brooke versus Malaysia. And then we got this bit of information that nobody wanted to film with Malaysia except for Nia, Naria, and Jackie. Now, as you guys may recall, Nia and Naria were brought in last season, and they're on a good foot with Malaysia at this point. Then we also have Brandi versus Malaysia. Jackie is allegedly the peacemaker, and Malaysia and Jackie are good, as we just saw in those photos right there. This is the bit of information that came from the BBWT Inc. Brooke got into an altercation with the sisters, and then later Malaysia. None of the ladies beside the sisters and Jackie wanted to film with Malaysia. The ladies wanted to ice out Malaysia. Malaysia and Brandi got into it. Malaysia and Jackie are good, but Jackie is the peacemaker this time. Now, this idea of wanting to ice out somebody on a cast is so very played out to me. And I hate when I see stuff like this happen. A Ward says, "Hi Richie, sending love from Louisiana." Hey boo, how you doing? Thank you so much for the super chat. Now, I don't like this notion of, trying to ice people out. It makes the show now boring. And to be honest with you, I would start to, if I was on a production company, I would, and if I was the network, I would find any star who wanted to try to ice out another star. I would find them. I would dock their pay. They would not make some coin. The check would be short this week. Okay, it would be very short, and it would be a hefty fine. It would actually be a whole episode's worth of pay, because at the end of the day, the reason why you're on this cast is because it's an ensemble cast, and you do not have the right to ice anyone out. Now, you may not want to hang out with them. You might not want to speak to them. But at the end of the day, you're not going to not film a group scene with this person because they're there. It's just not going to happen. And I feel like production companies and networks, they really do need to start cracking down on that type of thing, because what it does to the show is it brings down the quality of the show, and it makes the show a lot less interesting. So when cast members think that they're trying to ice out a character because they want to essentially probably get them fired or have them be no longer a part of the cast, what they're doing is a complete and total disservice to that person, because what ends up happening in the end typically is that the audience usually rallies around whoever is deemed as the underdog, and they take that person aside, and it usually backfires on the person that is trying to ice the other characters out. So I don't like it. It's whack. Exactly. It's super whack to me. Okay? Super whack. So that's the tea on what's going on with Basketball Wives, the new season. I wish they would hurry up and get it together so that we can have some type of, I mean, we need some more content from VH1 Basketball Wives. We really do at this point. And it's been such a long period of time. Where is the trailer? Shawnee, where is the trailer? All right.